Hi, I'm Tom from Wakefield Music Tuition. Today we're talking about building good technique early on. I'll break it down into simple, manageable ideas so it doesn't feel overwhelming. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. This is the fifth in a series of short videos where I talk through common challenges that music learners often run into. The ideas aren't specific to any one instrument, and they're meant to offer some guidance and reassurance as you learn. Whether you already study with me or whether you've come across this video online, I hope there's something here that helps you feel a bit clearer and a bit more confident about how you practice. Technique is one of those topics that often feels vague or intimidating at first. Today I want to slow it right down, explain what it actually means and show how small, focused habits from the beginning can make a big difference over time. Technique is a word that gets used a lot, and it can mean different things to different people. A lot of beginners might hear technique and immediately start thinking of speed, fast scales and solos, quick fills, difficult passages or advanced playing. While technique does support those things later on, these are not the things that define what technique actually is. At its core, technique is about control and comfort. It's about how efficiently you move, how relaxed you are while playing, and how reliably you can produce the sound that you want. Good technique makes playing feel easier, not more impressive. It might be something very simple, how you hold the instrument, for example, how your hands move, how you breathe, or how you strike a note. These basics don't seem exciting on their own, but in the background, they're quietly supporting everything that you do later. Spending time on them early on saves a lot of frustration further down the line. Building technique doesn't mean having to do lots of complicated exercises. Most of the time, it's the simple things done consistently that matter the most. Comfort comes first. If something feels tense or awkward, it's usually worth addressing early rather than just pushing through it. Posture and relaxation play a big role. Tension tends to creep in without you noticing. You start gripping too hard, lifting the shoulders, locking the wrists, or holding breath. I notice this kind of thing happening when people are getting frustrated with their playing. Take a moment before you play to relax your hands and arms and regulate your breathing. This can make a noticeable difference to how things feel. After that, it'll help to choose just one small exercise to focus on at a time. This might be a finger stretching exercise on guitar, a sticking pattern on drums, or long tones on saxophone. These exercises aren't always exciting, but they're doing an important job behind the scenes. They build your coordination, balance and control. These are the things that make playing music feel more natural. It can be useful to think of technique exercises in two broad categories. The first is musical exercises. They connect directly to the music you want to play and help build musical awareness alongside technique. This kind of exercise would involve chords, scales and rhythms. The second group is more physical. These exercises focus on movement, stamina and coordination. They might feel repetitive or sound a bit mechanical on their own, but that's fine. Their purpose is to make your body more comfortable doing the work the music asks of it. Neither type is better than the other. They support each other. Physical control makes musical ideas easier to execute, and musical context gives technical work a purpose. Spending time on both helps keep your practice balanced. A comparison that often makes sense is sport. Athletes will spend time on drills studying just one movement or action, even if it doesn't look like a full game. Music works the same way. Focusing on one small technical detail at a time will build those foundations that everything else sits on. Good technique doesn't develop overnight. Progress is gradual and sometimes it's subtle. There will be days where things feel awkward or slow, and that's part of the process. Learning an instrument asks your body to do things it isn't used to doing, and that's something that takes time. Consistency is what makes the difference. Regularly revisiting the basics, even briefly, allows improvements to build quietly in the background. One day, you realise a movement feels easier, a change feels smoother, or something that used to cause tension just doesn't anymore. Those small improvements add up. Things that once felt like obstacles slowly stop being an issue, and your attention can move on to the music itself rather than having to overthink the mechanics of playing. Short, regular technique sessions work far better than long, occasional ones. Recording yourself now and then can also be helpful. Videoing yourself and watching back can highlight problems with posture and fingering choices, for example, but can also show progress that's easy to miss when you're practicing from day to day. Technique grows slowly and steadily. There's no need to rush it, and no need to feel pressured to master everything quickly. Starting simple, staying relaxed, and being consistent will take you much further than trying to do too much at once. If you build good habits early, your playing will feel more comfortable and more reliable as time goes on. Technique isn't something separate from music, it's what allows you to enjoy playing without fighting against your instrument. That's it for today. If this has been helpful, feel free to subscribe for more practical playing tips. If there's a particular aspect of technique you're finding difficult at the moment, leave a comment and let me know. And if you'd like to find out more about my tuition or book lessons with me, you can visit my website. The link is in the description below. You'll find details about how my lessons work, my availability, and how I can help you build solid technique and confidence on your instrument. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.